Probably should turn on the mics.
Probably should turn the mics on.
Ooh.
1, 2. There we go.
There you go. Good morning.
There we go.
How are you?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It is.
A beautiful day on Woodward. So let's talk sports.
Okay.
So let's talk sports.
Okay.
Got that coffee in me, man. I'm ready to go today. It's Thursday. This week has gone by like extremely fast.
Yeah.
Thursday night football's tonight. The weather looks decent. We got Michigan State coming up this weekend.
Right.
I mean, things are feeling really good right now,
Excited.
Adam.
I'm so excited. College football coming up on Saturday.
Yeah.
We got Thursday night football today.
Yep.
And, of course, Sunday football.
Yeah, and it's supposed to get up to like 60
The weather's
next
supposed
week.
to be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so everything's looking good right now for Detroit.
Yep.
Let's get into some sports talk. You want to, man?
Yeah, Thursday night football. We got the Atlanta Falcons visiting the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. Obviously, we saw the Atlanta Falcons last week.
Yeah, they looked like a very good football team.
And I guess the Atlanta Falcons have been dealing with the same question all season. How do you bounce back after blowing a lead like that?
Morale is probably extremely low.
Especially after that video we watched this morning.
Yes, it broke my heart when I watched it. Oh, my goodness.
Corey, did you get that video on socials yet? All right, Corey's getting that up right now. This is probably
the most depressing video you'll watch all week, I promise.
But it's almost Lion-esque. Like, I feel like this
I don't even
could
think
be...
the Lions have done something like this before.
I feel like this could be like Joey Harrington back in the day yelling at the running back. So you're going to see the video. It's up on all of our social medias, at Woodward Sports, on everything, including Twitter, thanks to Joey.
Love you, Joey.
So it's at Woodward Sports. Check out this video. It was before the play where Todd Gurley scored last week for the Falcons. You know, the play where he wasn't supposed to score. And while it's happening, you're like, man, how did the coach not remind this guy? How did they not
So easy to blame the coach.
It's always easy to blame. Oh, how were they not aware? How were they not aware? Matt Ryan is in the huddle looking at Todd Gurley directly in the eyes and saying, just get down. Just get down.
Get
Do
the
not
first
score.
down. Get the first down and go down.
Four times.
Four times in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, clearly looking right at it. And Todd
Gurley acknowledged. She's like, yep, I got it.
Gotcha. And what the fuck does Gurley do?
He fucking runs right into the end zone.
How do you handle that if you're Matt Ryan? Like, in the locker room after that game, do you walk up to that dude and just smack him across the face?
No, if they were a winning team, it'd probably cause a problem.
But that's why they're not a winning team.
Well, they're 1-6 now.
I swear to God, if I was the quarterback of that team, I'm Matt Ryan. I've taken my team to a Super Bowl. You're the new running back that was supposed to come in this year, help the team, be the veteran. Like, you have NFL experience. You're supposed to know the game. And you come in and do dumb shit like that. It's one thing if you do the dumb shit. It's like, oh, okay, everybody has a mental fart here and there.
Yeah.
But it's another thing when I'm looking at you and saying, bro, do not do it. Bro, just, Adam, please, God, for anything, whatever you do here, do not score. And you just go, okay. Take the ball, and you score.
That was horrible to watch. So horrible.
So please go to our socials and watch that video. You will laugh just as hard as I watched it.
I think the only people that are crying about it is Atlanta fans. That's horrible.
Well, that's how I saw it. An Atlanta fan page posted it, and
there you go.
It said, I wish I hadn't have seen this.
Insult to injury.
Oh, it's so bad. I feel like every parent in the world can relate to that.
Yeah, you tell your kid, don't run through the sprinkler.
Right.
Or they run right through it, cut their foot.
Exactly.
Some shit like that.
Everything you tell them, like literally everything you tell them, don't do this. And they just fucking do it because they don't listen. They just look at you with their big eyes and
they
they're
acknowledge.
Like, okay,
like
I'm not going to do it.
Like Todd Gurley.
And then the minute you turn your back, they're in the fucking... Gotta score! That's why stats are a little weird when it comes to that. Like that, Todd Gurley got credit for that touchdown. It's going to look like a touchdown at the end of the season, but that was the worst touchdown he could have ever scored in his life. And the fact that he was told over and over and over again 4 times in the huddle, and still he's just like,
What's up with the not only the spread? Well, the spread I can understand, but the over. Not the over-under, the money line, the point spread.
The point spread.
It's ridiculous. It's 2.5 point favorites for the home team, 3 and 4
Right.
Carolina Panthers.
And
I'm just like, what?
And usually the rule of thumb for Vegas is the home team gets 3 points. So what Vegas is literally saying, if
Falcons?
these teams played on a neutral field,
The Falcons would win.
the Falcons
Blows
would win.
my mind.
I'm with you on that. I don't know how you
Falcons
favor the Falcons in anything.
At least right now, I mean, they have found so many ways to lose football games. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, but Vegas,
They're creative.
Vegas is smart though. They're not there to lose money, so maybe they know something we don't. I mean, Carolina, how are they looking on defense?
Carolina isn't really. Carolina is okay this season. They're
Right.
3-4. They've won some games they probably shouldn't have won. They're under a rebuild, so I don't think Vegas is taking this one too seriously.
I'm a Matt Rule fan.
I am too. I think
I
he's
think he's
doing
a good coach,
great
yeah.
job so far. Good for him for believing in Teddy Bridgewater, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, what other choice did he have?
Not many, but
You got to believe in that guy.
It was a good choice.
Yeah, no, Teddy Bridgewater proved himself last year in New Orleans. He
deserved it.
proved himself in Minnesota. Like, he's a serviceable starter. He's never going
He's
to
not
blow
your
the roof
franchise
off.
quarterback,
Right.
but he's a good starter to have if you don't have any other option.
Yeah,
Like an
he-
Andy Dalton.
Okay.
Back in the day, not now.
Yeah,
obviously.
before Andy Dalton got his head knocked in last game. But yeah, the Panthers are favored by 2.5. I think.
What do you got?
Jeez, man, that's tough.
I got Atlanta winning, and I got them winning by more than 2.5 points.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Anson and I do a Thursday night football tonight
I'll
at
leave
7
that for
o'clock.
you
So
then.
I'm gonna leave my predictions to that,
and
so
I've
you
got
can
the
tune
over.
in at 7 o'clock. And you got the over 51.5. You said that was low.
It
So
was low. For me, it was low at least.
26 points a team if we break it down. Do you think both these teams are
Yeah.
capable of putting up 26 tonight?
Yeah, their defense, both teams' defenses are atrocious.
Yes.
I mean, we marched up and down the field against them last week with the Lions, so.
We only put up like 22 points though.
Yeah,
didn't we?
but both teams were conservative on the clock, so that's
Right.
kind of the issue.
Yeah, hopefully at this point in the season, the Falcons just say fuck it and go spread offense, 4,000 passes, like go Mike Martz on everybody.
Yeah.
Like if I was
Have nothing to lose.
have fun,
Get
man.
the most out of Calvin Ridley. Get
Right.
the most out of Gage, Julio.
Reward your fantasy owners that have Calvin
Don't
Ridley.
reward Todd Gurley. What the fuck? Todd Gurley just lost you a football game. So, this
Oh
week,
my God, I'm never gonna forget that video of Matt Ryan literally looking at
depressing.
Todd. Every
It's
time
really
you bring up
depressing.
Todd Gurley, that's the only thing I'm ever gonna think of from now on. Like
Christian McCaffrey's still not active, by the way.
that's a problem.
It is. I mean,
But
don't-
Mike
do they have a
Davis.
bye week next week?
I don't know. Mike Davis has done a great job filling in.
Don't say great. He was.
Dude,
good
he's
the
put
first,
up numbers.
Okay, he's the first 3 weeks. He did. But the last 2
Joey,
weeks,
can you
he's
bring
been
me my
complete
laptop real
shit.
quick?
Here, I'll show you his numbers. They're shit.
Show me his numbers.
His numbers are shit over the last 2 weeks.
No, they're not.
Yeah, teams figured it out.
He's putting up fantasy numbers.
He's not putting up jack shit right now.
Thank you, Joey.
Here,
Joey, love you, man.
where's my boy Mike Davis? Thank you, Joey. What is he on the bench this week in our league?
Probably. I don't know, but I thought Mike Davis has done a really good job since he's been in there.
His first couple weeks, I'm telling you, were very, very
He's
good.
only been in there 3 weeks,
No,
though.
he's been in there for almost 5 weeks now. What are you talking about? He's
No.
played 5 games now as a starter.
So either way, Mike Davis will be starting tonight for them, and I
I
think
need to find him.
I
I'm
think
so annoyed right now.
Yeah, you just don't want to be proved wrong, man.
No, I'm not wrong. I'm so right. Here, motherfucker. All right. He comes on week 3 against the Chargers, 23 points, then 22, and then 30. The last 2 weeks, like I've said, 11.5 and 8.6.
Yeah,
Even
11.5. But
And
that's still not
8.6.
okay.
No.
11.5. He had a touchdown and 52 yards rushing. That's 11.5 because he had a fumble. So it's really 13.5. He had 2 receptions. Last week was a down game for him, but he's only had 1 down week out of 4. The dude is averaging.
Had 2 down weeks in 5.
The dude is averaging 20 points a game through 5 weeks, and you're gonna say he's always been a bad
I just
replacement?
acknowledged his first 3 weeks were very good, and the last 2 weeks he's been shit.
No, you could say last week he was shit. 2 weeks ago against Chicago, he was
All right, we
not
can
shit.
move
He
on
scored a
from this.
touchdown at 50 yards. I'll take that out of DeAndre Swift this week, would you? And say, oh, that's a shit
DeAndre
performance?
Swift is not a clear one option. Mike Davis is.
All I'm saying is Mike Davis was able to step in, fill in
He
for
did a
Christian
great
McCaffrey.
job.
So that leads me to ask,
Yeah.
is McCaffrey a product of the system, or is he better than the system?
I think the last 2 weeks have proven that they need McCaffrey, but no, McCaffrey is not part of the system. What system? What system?
the system that he's been running his whole career, and then Matt Rule came in.
Matt Rule, exactly. Matt Rule came in.
Yep, and
He was
they're
doing
still
great
They're
to
still
start the
running a
season.
similar offense when it comes to using their running
When
back.
it comes to running backs, it's really all about touches, I think. It's not really so much a system unless you're in a Kyle Shanahan system where you have that zone running.
So you'd say 5 receptions out of a running back is decent?
Yes.
That's what Mike Davis had last game.
Okay, he only had 8 points.
It doesn't matter. He still had 5 receptions.
All right, we're not going to do this right now.
We are going to do this because that's what this show's about. Like,
Dude, Mike Davis, the last 2 weeks, has done nothing.
you want to put a bet on what he's going to do tonight?
All right, what's the over/under on points? I'm cool with
Here's what RT Sports has predicted
What
for
do they
him.
have?
59 yards rushing,
that. Okay.
30 yards passing with 5 receptions. And it says 0.5 touchdowns.
That is, 13. If he scores, that's
15
19. So let's do 15 points.
15 points.
So I'll
15 fantasy points.
We'll do 15 and a half to be fair.
on RT scoring because I just
Yeah.
want to make sure we're using
So-
Yahoo's different. Everybody's
Yeah.
league's a little
so
bit
based
different.
on that, let's do 15 and a half over/under. I'll
Okay.
take the under.
You'll take the under.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take the over tonight.
Okay. $20.
$20.
All right, cool.
I guarantee Mike Davis is going to have a big game. Now I'm rooting for Mike. Now I got something to root for tonight for Thursday night. Well, you fucked up, Adam. You fucked up.
Good, stolen $20.
So either way, let's see. Christian McCaffrey not playing tonight.
I know.
Mike Davis going to score 17 points
It's
and
not
win
that
me
he's
20
not playing
bucks.
tonight. He hasn't been activated. They still have before the game to activate him. So
Has he even practiced though?
he practiced yesterday, full practice. The day before he didn't.
Okay, so if
So it's
McCaffrey
iffy.
plays, my bet doesn't
No,
count.
bet's
Okay,
canceled.
no,
Yeah,
I just
I'm
want to
not
make
an
that
asshole,
clear.
Don't worry.
McCaffrey, hopefully he plays tonight. I love watching McCaffrey play.
Yeah.
I think
Imagine McCaffrey in the San Francisco zone running system.
jeez.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean they just plug in any. Imagine me in the San Francisco zone.
Sam-
I could get 20.
16 games, I think
25
you could
yards.
get 800 yards.
You think I could get 800 yards?
In 16 games?
All right.
In that system, if you got about 10, 15 touches a game, I think you could do it.
I think I'd make it through a quarter before I got a concussion and never be able to play again. That's what I think would happen if I strapped up and put on an
That's probably
NFL
what would
uniform. So that's the preview for tonight. And once again, Anton and I are going to do a preview at 7 p.m. Make sure you tune in to that because we try to give away a T-shirt every night.
You guys
too.
got to get better with these score predictions,
Dude,
man.
we've done this every
trying to
week.
give away T-shirts.
We're in week 8, and nobody's guessed the score to a Thursday night football game. That's crazy to me. I figure odds are by now, and we're getting 50 guesses a game. Nobody. So tonight, 7 o'clock. Make sure you tune in to Facebook
Do your
Live.
research. The over/under's 51.5. I'm going with the over, folks.
You're going for the over?
Yeah, I'll get a score prediction up maybe later today.
All right,
I'll
Adam's.
put it in the chat.
That's Adam's prediction. He's also going to get his preview for the
Up
Lions.
today, yep.
Adam does a great job deep diving the games, and you've been pretty right on most of the things.
I've been pretty right on everything this year except the Cardinals game. I actually thought the Cardinals would romp the Lions, but they didn't.
I'm
And
happy
that
about
totally
that.
changed the season for us.
It
So I'm
did.
happy. I'm not happy. I'm happy about being wrong.
And the Cardinals look like a good team too. Like they look
they're
like
looking better.
that's a
That
quality win.
That's
Yep.
a quality
That
win.
is a-
They do that in college football where you look back and you're like, damn, we beat that team.
Yep.
They finished with 10 wins. Wow, that's a quality win.
That's a quality win, baby.
Yeah. So we'll take those.
So let's get into some Lions talk.
Kenny Golladay.
Yeah, so I wrote an article yesterday and put it up on woodwardsports.com.
Yep.
There's a quote from Kenny Golladay that he wants to be in Detroit for the remainder of his career. And to me, that's like the first big hurdle to get over with anybody because
Convincing
nobody
to stay
wants
in
to be
Detroit.
here for like Calvin didn't want like
Different reasons, I
different
think.
reasons, but
Different reasons, but
at the same time, getting anybody to get
we're
excited.
a Midwest market. It's not the easiest thing to do unless the team is so competitive, you know?
Yeah, not only are we a Midwest market, we're the Lions that haven't
Yeah.
had an established winning culture. So, if you're a big free agent, why you're like, oh, I want to go.
That's probably not on your top list, but, hopefully we evolve into that.
So let me read you this Kenny Golladay quote. I'm a loyal person. I wouldn't mind being here for the rest of my career. I like it.
I love it. I
Want some more of it?
want to know the numbers on that contract. Does he get Mike Thomas numbers? No, but I think he deserves to get paid. He's very important to the offense. We do not win that game. Hell, I don't think we win a game without Kenny Golladay this
No,
season.
since he's come back, he's been Stafford's security blanket.
Yeah, and some of the catches he's made, they're not the best throws. It reminds me of the Calvin Johnson days. But
Yep.
he goes up and wins those one-on-ones, and it's like game-changing. The one at the 3-yard line that he caught, literally to set us up for the win. I mean, nobody makes that catch on the team except Kenny Golladay.
Yeah, and you saw it in the Jacksonville game, too. They actually highlighted how Kenny Golladay would attack the ball in the air, and like DJ Chark didn't. On that one play, Kenny Golladay went, the ball's coming, he slows down, undercuts his defender, then goes up and catches the ball.
Chark the ball at the highest point, wide receivers.
Yep, Chark just kind of ran through the defender and was waiting on the ball, and what happened? An incomplete pass. Kenny Golladay goes up, he completes the pass, gets us momentum, we end up winning that game.
I don't know the franchise tag number for a wide receiver. I'd assume it's about 17 or 18 million.
Yeah, probably.
If his contract is anywhere between 15 and 17, I say lock him up for 5 years. I think it's a good deal, 4 to 5 years. Maybe a 4-year deal with a team option for a 5th.
The wide receiver franchise tag, $18 million.
Oh, I'm fucking on it today.
$18,491,000. Would you pay Kenny Golladay the franchise tag?
I would pay him the franchise tag, not over a long-term deal, though. I would do about, like I said, between 15 and 17, I think is team-friendly, and he's deserving of it. Maybe give him a good signing bonus and maybe stretch out that contract. Maybe give him the money up front now that we have the cap, or you spread it out over those 4 or 5 years.
Okay, so here's the problem. There's rumors that the Lions are already shopping Kenny Golladay. They're trying to trade him. I don't know.
We just traded for Everson Griffin. I'll be very honest. If we trade Kenny Golladay, we're a 5-win football team this year.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Even with the ones we already got in the bank?
What?
Marvin
Jones?
more wins?
Marvin Jones isn't what? Or at least
Quintez Cephas, baby!
Yeah, but
he looked good when he filled in for Golladay. I like Cephas.
Yeah, but he didn't win football games. He didn't have game-changing plays.
No, he only caught 3 of 10 targets in the first game.
I hope that rumor's not true. I really hope it's not true.
Well, the rumor is they want to trade him to the Giants.
We'll take those first-round picks.
Those will be high first-round picks if we can get those. Here's the deal. What would get you on board to trade Kenny Golladay? If
a
it
first
was
and a second.
I was gonna say, if it's 2 first rounds.
No, they wouldn't give up 2 first-round picks for a
Who
wide
the fuck
receiver.
knows? It's
all right. If the Giants give us 2 first-round picks this year and next year, I'd fucking do it. Yes, of course.
Okay, so a first and a second this year would get it done for you.
A first this year,
and a second,
and second next year. Yeah, I mean,
and you would trade Golladay. You'd be okay with that.
I would be okay with trading Kenny Golladay.
Where does that put the Lions, though?
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So if I'm the Lions GM, I don't do the trade, even if I'm offered the first and second. Although it sounds amazing, but we're trying to win, and that's the message with the Everson Griffin trade. That's the message from the board last year, coming into the year, and the attitude over the last 4 weeks has been win. We're 3-1 in the last 4 weeks, so I don't see that. I really think that rumor's bullshit. I
hope it's bullshit.
I think the Giants just have nothing better to do.
But we don't know what's going on behind the curtain. If the Lions know that they're not going to re-sign Kenny Golladay,
you gotta consider
they know that they're not going to. They don't have the money.
How do you win football games then this year? I mean, if we're only thinking this year, Bob Quinn gets let go at the end of the year. If we don't win, and Patricia goes, let's hypothetically speak, we trade Golladay and everything goes to shit. But hey, we got 2 first-round picks out of it. It leads to the new GM with a really good situation. But look at our schedule. Look at what's in front of us.
I like our schedule coming up.
Are we really going to take that step backwards? Like, this is the first time under Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn that, well, not under Bob Quinn because of Jim Caldwell 9-7, but under Matt Patricia that we've kind of had this holy shit moment where
the only way
we could actually see the team winning 9-10 games.
The only way it makes sense is if they're not going to re-sign him. If they're not going to re-sign him, you got to get value for him.
Well,
you have to get value for him. You can't just ride out the season.
Franchise tag him, and trade him.
See, I don't love the franchise tag, and I think after what we saw with Dak, the franchise tag, like the CBA next time,
they're going to get rid of that.
They're going to get rid of the franchise tag.
It's got to be one franchise tag a year. And you can only use it one time on a player. It can't be multiple years. It's bullshit.
Once you're franchise tagged once,
players
you
need
should
that
be
mobility,
exempt.
man. If you're not going to sign your players, let them leave.
Even though I would not mind making $17 million a year.
That is also the serious benefit of a franchise tag. You get paid for your service.
Yeah, that's a lot of cheddar, man.
I'm Bob Quinn, and I know, okay, I don't want Golladay long term. I franchise tag him, I shop him in the off season, and I put a package together. It's that simple. And whether that's a 2 and a 3 in the off season because we paid him that $18 million because of the franchise tag, if that's what it leads to, that's fine. We got Golladay in the 3rd round, so whatever you get out of him, you're gonna win. But
I don't think so, man.
I think it affects the football team.
You need
That's
to
the
protect
problem.
those when you win and when you cash in the third round. When those are winning lotto tickets, I don't like when people say that. Like, oh, well, we got them in the third round, so if we get a second round for them,
Again,
it's like,
the
no.
number
How
matters.
many second round people have we drafted that aren't even close to a Kenny?
Most
How
of
many
our second
first round
picks have
draft
been
picks?
shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't care where we drafted him. We have him
Like
now.
I said, if we get him between 15
Kittle
and
wasn't
17.
a top draft pick either. And look at him. You're not gonna trade him for anybody in the league tight end wise. Maybe Kelsey, but
that's about a young hawk.
Yeah,
if you use him right.
So to me, I don't care that he was a third round pick and what we need to he's Kenny Golladay now,
yes,
so we got to get value
and
for
I
Kenny
think
Golladay, not the third round pick that we took.
I think his value to the football team is very clear. I think the rumor's bullshit. I think if we can get him between 15 and 17 a year and maybe spread it out friendly where it's heavy in the beginning and then team friendly over the last 3 years, that way we can cut him maybe after 3 years of he just has a decline.
So let's have fun. Let's put together a trade from the Giants.
From the Giants?
Because that's who the rumor
realistically?
is. Yeah.
Okay, then we need Sterling Shepard. And we need a first.
How about Slayton? Darius
Slayton too. I mean, we need a receiver. We can't just trade him away.
Well, the Giants are rumored to shop
then again,
Evan Ingram and Golden Tate. Would you take Golden Tate back?
Either.
No, we don't need Ingram. Good God, we just overpaid Jesse James. We just overpaid. We got Hawkinson.
We have small receivers right now. We have Amendola, Cephas, even Marvin Jones is a small receiver. We don't have that guy that gets up and gets it. We really need that vertical deep threat.
There's nothing the Giants
could offer unless it was their whole fucking future. Literally.
Danny Dimes. Would you take Danny Dimes?
That's like the worst draft pick in Giants history. Where I take Danny Dimes. I fucking take Joey Harrington over Danny Dimes.
Oh man, good old Joey, Mr. Piano Player.
Danny Dimes.
Well, speaking of
Dave Gettleman have a job? I'm sorry, I'm a little frustrated.
Yeah, no, you hate everybody lately.
I hate everybody in the NFC East. They're all stupid as shit, man.
Well, I mean, their records prove that.
Oh my God, Dave Gettleman, Mr. Analytics. Go join Dave Morey in the Sixers.
Well, let's talk about people coming into the league, okay?
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence, he's clearly going to be the #1 overall pick, I would assume, right?
I think Justin Fields is giving a run for his money, but we'd assume Trevor Lawrence is the #1, yeah.
Yeah, we'd assume Trevor Lawrence. So he's going to try to pull an Eli or an Elway.
He should.
And not go to the Jets.
Don't play for the Jets, man. Listen, I'm not your agent. I know nothing.
But what would you do? What would you do? Would you hold
Trevor
out?
Lawrence,
yeah.
I mean, Clemson is a safe place to play football at. I know there's an injury risk. There's a huge financial benefit of going first, but I got to think also long-term for my second contract. Nobody's giving Sam Darnold money when his contract expires.
Right.
So what the hell is Trevor Lawrence going to do with that team with no wide receivers, with no running backs?
They got Denzel Mims.
Trevor Lawrence, stay in college, man. Listen, I brought this up in our pre-show.
Yep.
Can a college student just not enter the draft and then sign on as a free agent?
I would assume so, but to me, I think you lose a lot of guaranteed money. You lose some protection.
Because you're a free agent.
Yes. But like we said, if you gave the example of Joe Burrow, say Joe Burrow just skips the draft and he comes out as a free agent, he's going to get guaranteed money,
yeah.
right?
I mean, the quarterbacks, I'm saying, will get guaranteed money, not position players.
But I don't know. I honestly, I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
If Joe Burrow was to declare that he wasn't going to go to the draft, but he was going to be a free agent, does somebody still like Bo Jackson? Does somebody still like Bo Jackson take his rights? So whenever he does decide to declare to go to the NFL. So maybe you just steal. Okay, fine, fuck it. He's not in the draft, but I'm gonna take his rights with my 6th round pick.
I'm sure there's legal protection for NFL teams from players from doing that, but I don't know. But I just thought it was a good point to make because why the hell would you want to play for the Jets, man?
Yeah, the power will never be with the college players. So I'm sure the system is angled against. They're never gonna be hold us hostage so we could give you more money as a free agent. That'll never happen. So I'm assuming it's that way. Like the Bo Jackson thing. They didn't know if Bo was going to play football or baseball, but you still take him. Or like the Tigers did with Pat Mahomes. Not a lot of people know this, but Pat Mahomes is the first Super Bowl winning Detroit Tiger of all time. Yeah! The Tigers have a Super Bowl.
That's right.
But the Lions don't. But I think that's awesome that the Tigers we're like, you know what? It's a gamble. If this kid does
Kyler
eventually
Murray
decide
gamble,
to
the
play,
Russell Wilson gamble.
yeah, if he does decide to play a baseball, at least we have his rights. So that's how I would assume it would go down in football too.
Yeah.
But if I'm Trevor Lawrence,
what do you do?
I'm playing football, man. Like I hated when Eli did it. I hated when Elway did it.
I hate when players do it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, like
I
who
think
the fuck do you think
Yeah.
you are, Trevor Lawrence?
But-
You're getting drafted in the NFL. You probably grew up your whole little league wanting to play in the NFL. I don't know.
Trevor Lawrence-
As somebody who will never play in the NFL,
Yeah.
I would play for anybody in the NFL.
Fair, but if I'm Trevor Lawrence, that GM needs to not be there, and that head coach needs to not be there
Yeah,
by the
Gase
time
needs
they
to
draft
go.
is around.
Gase needs to go.
Yeah, this is horrible.
What you do is you get Dabo Sweeney to come up and coach you in the pros.
I'd be sick.
Then you take the Jets.
Look, if I'm okay, let's advance into the future. The
Ooh.
Jets have the number one pick. Do they even take a quarterback with Darnold there, or do they draft, or do they trade back 5 spots and they get, let's say, that pick, a future 1, a future 2, and a future 4, or something like that?
You know, it's been
Like-
so weird to judge what this class is going to look like this year. So I don't know. I don't even know what the top 5 picks are going to look like. You know, I knew last year, like I loved Chuba Hubbard last year, and this year I really haven't heard much about him. You know, so I don't know, man. Like this year's draft is going to be very interesting because of the shortened, condensed season. You know, like Big Ten football is only playing 6 games, so you're getting a much smaller sample size. Not that they get it right anyways with a bigger sample size, but it's really changing. And then, like, you know, obviously with Big Ten football, Wisconsin's being canceled because they got 16 people on the COVID list. There's even a smaller sample size for Wisconsin players.
Well, what's the message you're sending as a franchise if you draft this franchise quarterback X amount of years ago, and before his contract expires, you're drafting a new one with the number 1 pick? You've done nothing in free agency or through the draft to improve your roster. It's not a good look. I just think it's a huge step back if the Jets do take it. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is the answer for the Jets. The answer for the Jets is a new GM and a new head coach, and then I'd be comfortable taking Trevor Lawrence. But if those 2 fuckheads are still there, Trevor Lawrence, stay at Clemson, man.
Yeah. I just pulled up like
Hey, Jabba the Hutt.
I just pulled up the number 1 when quarterbacks are drafted number 1 overall and who they become and who they are. And this is just like the last 20, right? Over the past, they call this the modern era. So you got Jamarcus Russell, flop. Tim Couch, flop. David Carr,
Injury flop.
Flop. Sam Bradford, flop. Jeff George, flop. Alex Smith,
Serviceable.
decent. Steve Bartkowski, old as fuck. I don't know. Vinny Testicles. Yep, serviceable. Mike Vick.
Beast.
If he wasn't a fucking asshole and killed animals, he'd be fine. Matt Stafford.
Serviceable franchise quarterback.
Yep, that was a good pick. And I always say this when we bring up the Matt Stafford draft. If you look back at that draft,
He was the only option.
the only option that the Lions should have taken.
And it
that
was the
year.
right decision.
Yeah, it was either him or butt fumble, and I'm glad we didn't take butt fumble.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's on the Jets highlight reel,
Yeah,
not the
we have
Lions.
enough memes on us. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't need that.
Cam Newton,
Very good.
good quarterback. Drew Bledsoe,
Very good.
he was very good, but you got to remember Tom Brady came in, took his job, and
Yep,
elevated
pumped
that
his
team.
ass.
Carson Palmer,
Serviceable quarterback.
yeah. Luck,
God, what a player.
yeah, but
Shame.
gone too early.
Yep. Jim
Not
Plunkett?
dead, just retired.
Yeah, not bad. Jim Plunkett.
Jim Plunkett,
yeah.
old as fuck.
Eli, serviceable.
Eli Manning, I get into
I'm not
defending
dogging
Eli
him.
Manning.
I'm really not dogging
Yeah.
him when I say that. Hear me out. He deserves to be a Hall of Famer. He accomplished almost everything.
Yeah,
but
2 Super Bowls,
the
beating an
dude
undefeated
leading the
Patriots team.
He led the NFL in interceptions like
Yep.
9 times,
Yeah.
man. I'm not trying to shit on the guy. He was a very good quarterback, and he never really had those teams where you're like, Eli Manning should be putting up those numbers.
No, he's throwing to David Tyrell.
Yeah, I mean, Plaxico Burress was
Tyree.
probably
Who
his
the
best,
fuck-
and then Victor Cruz. So I'm not gonna dog him, but I don't want to hear he's a first. He has to be a first ballot, though. I can't.
All
It's
I'm
hard.
saying,
It's
as a
hard.
Lions fan, I would take our quarterback having Eli's record and resume.
Resume. You
All
wouldn't take
day.
Eli though.
I would though
Over
because
Matt Stafford.
I'm talking resume.
Resume, yes. I would take 2 fucking Super Bowls.
Right, exactly.
Obviously,
so
but that's a consequence of the Giants organization and Tim Coughlin. Nah.
Yeah, but the quarterback still got to dig him there, man.
I know.
Like, he's still got to make
he
those
made 2 throws. He
Yep.
made 2 throws. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
It's tough to disrespect Eli.
I'm really not
And
trying
what's
not
crazy
to.
to me is he has just as many Super Bowls as Peyton, and it's like, oh, Eli's trash.
Yeah.
You know, like nobody
and
gives
that's where
him.
you have to have that balance of regular season, postseason. You have to weigh them somewhat similar. You can't just shit on people for
Right. No, if you perform in the playoffs, man,
you deserve credit.
If you
Terrell
perform during
Davis,
money
man.
time.
Terrell Davis.
Yeah.
He was a Hall of Famer because of 6 years, man.
All right, let's get into the top 4. Troy Aikman,
Hell yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Terry Bradshaw,
Hall of Famer.
Peyton Manning,
Hall of Famer.
and John Elway. So
Hall of Famer.
really, though, outside of the top 5,
I'd say 7 quarterbacks in that
Out of the
list
20?
were very, very good.
so even if you have the number 1
It doesn't
overall,
guarantee shit.
You're literally batting less than 500 according to what we just went through.
The NFL is about situations. Look at Lamar Jackson.
Right.
That draft is redrafted. Let's say he goes 3rd, 4th, wherever the hell he goes. He doesn't have an MVP, and he's probably released by now. And I'm not dogging him as a player, but he got to a team that believed in him,
Built a
built a
system.
system around him.
Right.
They already had a decent defense. They have a hell of a coach, hell of a GM. What do you know? They're winning football games.
Well, and that's when you know you have a hell of a coach, when he adjusts his system to get the best out of his players,
Andy
not
Reid.
tries to fit random-ass players into his system.
Andy Reid was playing chess while the whole league was playing fucking checkers. Dude drafted a quarterback at 10, sat him for a fucking year, showed him out in the last few weeks of the year, got rid of Alex Smith, and fucking won a Super Bowl 2 years later.
See, I feel like Miami should have followed that with Tua. Like, I thought that should have
It
been
should
the
have been
play.
1 year sitting.
That's the playbook with Tua. And I thought that if
That's
the
what
Lions...
we talked about with the Lions.
Yeah,
You
if the
should
Lions-
sit for a year with Stafford and then trade Stafford because Stafford's contract would, I think, have 2 years left on it, and that's
Right.
like a more tradable contract.
Right, and that's kind of what happened with Aaron Rodgers. That's what happened with Steve Young. Like, Steve Young sat behind Joe Montana forever. So I feel like when you have these situations where you can groom a talented
We're in
quarterback...
the Twitter era, though. That's the issue. It's like with social media. It's like, I want it now. It's like, no, it doesn't always have to be now.
Especially with college kids.
Name me one quarterback in the last 10 years that was drafted very early, other than Patrick Mahomes and Andrew Luck, that delivered for their football teams.
Like, right away.
And Mahomes was drafted 10th.
I mean, Burrow's...
Andrew Luck is literally the only fucking...
Herbert.
They're early. They're early.
I know.
It's early. Other than last year.
That's what immediately popped into my head.
Yeah, those two are showing a lot of promise.
Herbert's
but,
showing the most.
Yeah. But let's take out that draft class.
Yeah.
Prior, it's only Andrew Luck who's walked in and changed the franchise.
Right.
So let's not overhype the first pick in the draft like it's going to fucking fix your franchise. Jets, get rid of your goddamn GM and your head coach.
That'll fix your franchise. Yeah, Tua, though, is getting his first start this week.
Excited for Tua.
I'm
Good for
excited
him.
to see it.
I'm happy for him.
It's weird. When the Lions were talking about drafting him at first, I was like, man, we don't need an injury-prone quarterback. But then over the course of like a couple months, I was like, you know what? This may be the right move for us. Let's get the young franchise quarterback. Let's excite the fan base. Let's have him learn under Stafford. Obviously, none of that happened, but I became more of a Tua fan. And then, like, when he played...
You researched more on him, and you became, like, more familiar
Emotionally
with him.
attached
and
to
you
him.
attached to him.
Yeah. And
especially after that picture where you wouldn't stop being romantic about
That's
it.
what I was just going to say. And then he, 2-3 weeks ago, he plays about 2 minutes of the game. He throws 2 passes, and then after the game, the whole stadium, it's already been cleared out, but all the players, all the staff, and there's just Tua sitting on the 50-yard line, FaceTiming his parents about the first time. But you know what I'm going to assume that was about? Coach told him after the game, "Hey, you're the starter from now on."
Yeah, I'm not trying to knock on the whole situation, but I think the team needed to do a better job with the PR handling behind Fitzpatrick. Him taking those media sessions was unnecessary. It's a distraction.
Be a man.
If Tua doesn't play well, which the expectations on him are, you have to do better than Fitzpatrick, basically.
Right.
And if he doesn't, it's like, fuck, you
Right.
had something. You were 3-3. You're second in the division. You could push for it. Not that it's likely that they make the playoffs, but you know what? Brian Flores has reshaped that culture there. And, if you're a Miami Dolphins fan, you should be excited about Tua starting. You should be excited about your head coach. And you know what? It's only trending up for them, so good for them.
What I like about them is they're kind of the anti-Chicago Bears. Like
fuck the Bears.
The Bears gave up on their young quarterback and went with the old guy, and now the old guy is performing worse than Trubisky. I mean, like his
How do you go
completion
back
percentage.
from that? How do you go back?
That's
from
the thing. You've ruined Trubisky.
You've
forever.
ruined his reputation in the locker room and with the league.
Yep.
Nobody's signing Mitchell Trubisky, maybe as a backup quarterback.
Right.
But that's about it. Like, he's not getting a starting job anywhere else because of what you did.
Right.
And you were 3-0 when you benched him.
2-0.
2-0?
2-0. They were about to lose their first game.
They benched him midway into their third game, and they ended up winning that one.
Yeah, and he had thrown for like 122 yards and a touchdown in the first half.
Yeah.
And then he threw one interception. It was a shitty interception.
Yeah.
But then they just pulled him. Like, dude was 2-0, had the...
We're fans of Matt Nagy. We can agree on that?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, I think he's creative. I think he's a dumbass, though.
Yeah.
I think he really, really just ruined all the good things he did there. Taking Trubisky, he made everyone in the league look really stupid year one.
Over
seriously.
Deshaun Watson.
But he did make the league look very
That's
stupid.
Going to be their Darko.
Trubisky looked good for year one. You know what I mean?
Trubisky's going to be Darko in Chicago forever.
Long time.
Like
Mahomes,
that's exactly
Watson.
Mahomes and Watson. Like we're talking about Wade and Bosch.
Fucking farm to get Trubisky too.
They traded up. They traded up to get him at the second pick. So he's going to – that's funny. I never thought about that till right now. He's going to be their Darko till the end of time because we're watching Pat Mahomes win championships. You know, you're watching Deshaun Watson lead a team at least. He's not winning championships. He's won a division.
Yeah.
And then Trubisky just absolutely winning nothing. And it's just like watching Wade win the championship, watching Bosch win the championship. Carmelo really never won a championship, but he was still a hell of a player. And it's just, oh, my God, we could have had those guys. And that's how Chicago's going to feel until they hang it up.
Not to give
until Mahomes hangs it up.
Time, but when they took Trubisky, everyone was laughing about it, including me. I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. But they came out and won 13 football games, I think, or 12-4. They lost in the playoffs on that heartbreaking kick, but whatever.
The double doink.
But
it's a doink.
Trubisky looked very good that year.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit.
His first 2 years, he looked good.
Midway into his second year, then he started to decline. And
when he could run the ball more, when he was mobile,
was really good.
Yep.
And then Matt Nagy, I'm not sure what the hell happened there, but all that good work they did, they're throwing it down the drain right now. And like I said, I think they win 7 games max this year.
All right. Well, that's your morning sports talk for this morning. Like I said, 7 o'clock tonight, Anson and I will be on doing our Thursday night football preview. And we're giving away a T-shirt tonight, so make sure you tune in and guess the score.
Somebody please win the T-shirt today.
We'll be on Facebook Live, probably YouTube. And, just check in. Make sure you follow us on all our social medias. Share this. If you got some sports fans in your life, tag them right now so they can get some sports coverage. We're not ESPN. We're not Barstool Sports. We're better. Can we just say it? This is Detroit sports coverage, and that's it. That's us. We're just sports
we
fans.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in every day. We really, really appreciate it.
Both of Adam's fans, I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. But yeah, for real, thank you for sharing this. Thank you for watching it. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, MySpace. Whatever you're on, we're on it too, and we're gonna put our stuff out there so you can see it. And then eventually, we got some big things coming with our website.
So excited.
Totally getting revamped in about less than a week or so.
Less than a week.
We're gonna
have an official announcement in the next couple of days, along with our shows that are coming up. We're doing big things here. We're so excited. We can't wait to share the news with you guys.
Yeah. So if you don't know, like right now, we got this morning thing going on at 8 a.m. We're kind of doing that, but this morning show is going to evolve into something bigger, and we're also going to have a live afternoon show or midday show from 11 to 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. And then we're also going to have a live afternoon show from 3 to 5. And we're going to do live streaming at night. There's eventually what we have going on, which is social media right now, and me and Adam bullshitting in the morning is going to evolve into a full thing. We're going to be at high school football games. We're going to be...
We're going to be out in the community doing a lot of good work.
I don't want to say all the partnerships that we're getting involved with, but professional partnerships with real sports teams in this town, and even bringing to light things that most of the big guys won't talk about, like soccer. People don't talk about soccer. People don't talk about esports. Esports is one of the biggest things on the fucking planet right now. We're putting together an esports team that's going to stream every night, so you'll be able to watch them. We're going to put up tournaments with huge cash prizes where you can come play our E-team to win. There's just so many things that we got going on, and it's all coming soon. We're putting in the groundwork right now. That's why you see us every morning just kind of bullshitting, having fun, talking sports, because this is the tone of the network. This is what it's going to be like, just us having fucking fun again.
Yeah, we want you guys to enjoy it more than anything.
Yeah, and if you don't enjoy it, if you want us to do something else, tell us.
I mean, yeah, we're not afraid of feedback.
No, and we're not afraid of failure either. We're going to do a bunch of dumb shit. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for all your support. Tomorrow morning, we're going to go over the entire weekend of NFL games, fantasy football stuff. I am so excited
for this.
Yeah, I love football season. I'm already sad thinking about the end of football season.
Don't make me sad right now.
Okay.
We have a whole day ahead of us.
All right. Have a great day, Detroit. Love you.